Hello and welcome to Britain's Got Pests. In this short series of videos we're going to show you how to identify a whole variety of pests and diseases, and we're going to suggest some organic methods which you can try at home in order to get rid of them. This week we're meeting Dawn Evans, who's our horticulturalist, and we're going to see what's been munching at our lily leaves. I planted these particular lilies in spring, but as you can see they've got a lot of damage. Dawn, what are we looking at here?
Well, Lee, it looks like we've got a bit of a lily beetle problem, doesn't it? See the holes in the leaves where the lily beetle's been feeding?
Now we know what they do to the foliage, what do we need to be looking for to identify the pest?
Well, Lee, from about March onwards you need to be looking for a bright red beetle. Quite pretty, I mean really vivid red. It's got a little brown head, about 1 centimetre long, and you usually find them feeding on the leaves. When you approach them, you usually know because they tell by the vibrations you're near them, and they drop off the plant upside down on the back, showing the underside, which is brown, so they camouflage with the soil. So, but usually, like I say, holes in the leaves is a good identification. You know that they're present on the flower somewhere.
Okay, so we've identified that we've got lily beetle, but how do we get rid of it?
Well, there is chemicals you can use, Lee, systemic and contact, but like I say, we want to be organic, so the best thing I find is just pick them off and get rid of them. Also, Lee, I just wanted to mention there could be larvae and eggs on the plant as well. The adult female will lay her eggs in excrement, just to cover the eggs basically for protection. So obviously wear gloves before you wipe them off. It's not a very nice job. Also, they can damage the buds and also the seed pods, so that's something else to look out for as well.
I'm just checking these lilies for larvae, and actually it's pretty disgusting. Dawn's right, they do lay their eggs in this kind of sticky excrement. Come and take a closer look. We've just come to a different part of the garden to look at this Solomon's seal, or polygonatum. It's just finished flowering, but the leaves are becoming particularly shredded, and Dawn mentioned that this also gets affected by lily beetle, but I think it's something else that might be troubling it. The damage on this plant looks pretty severe, and I would say in a couple of days' time there won't be much plant left. What is it, Dawn?
Yeah, Lee, I came across to look for lily beetle damage, and then getting close and having a good inspection, I can see you've got Solomon's seal Sawfly, which is a mouthful. So this is a different beastie. This shreds the leaf, it's a little sawfly, it lays its eggs on the leaf, and as you can see there's a real infestation. They literally hammer the plant, eat just about every part of the leaf, sometimes leaving the midribs. Can you see? They really are vile. Normally there's lots of sawflies, but normally when you approach them they rear up on the back legs and make like an S shape altogether. It's really strange to see, but Solomon's seal Sawfly doesn't. When you approach that, it just literally stays still on the leaf, just to carries on eating, getting fatter.
So now we've learned about 2 new bugs, let's do a quick summary. Okay, so can you really briefly summarise for me what we need to be looking out for with red lily beetle?
Okay, Lee, so from spring to autumn you want to be checking for leaf damage, which is the holes like we saw earlier, and then the excrement on the undersides of the leaves, which has the females which has laid their eggs in there, and also larvae. You want to be checking for those also. Picking them off, the beetles, squashing them, and wiping the excrement off also.
Right, okay, and hopefully then we should be able to get rid of them.
Hopefully, not just lilies though, remember to check the Solomon's seal as well, the polygonatum also, yeah.
Okay, and just briefly the polygonatum, that was Solomon's seal Sawfly
also was on there, wasn't it, yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 things potentially wrong with that. Can you just briefly summarise what we need to be looking out for with the Solomon's seal Sawfly?
Well, usually the first thing you notice, like we did, we approached it and the leaves are shredded, just practically the midribs left, you know. But when you approach it, they won't rear up in the S shape like the other sawfly. They're just hide into the leaf and just carry on eating, really.
Okay, and they will shred the plant, and will it come back next year?
It should do, yeah.
But
yeah.
It will be weaker.
It will be
I suppose.
weaker. It's best to get rid of them.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So join us next week when we'll be looking at a different pest and disease, and maybe we'll be in a different garden. Bye bye. By birds, or is it not the kind of thing that would be eaten by a bird?
I don't know if birds eat them. I always squash them.
I'm full of lily
They do chafe beetles, but I don't know if they do lily beetles.
Okay, I think we're doing good then.